Hello everyone, welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 73 named set matrix zeros. In this problem, we are given a m by n matrix, and if an element is 0, we have to set its entire row and entire column to 0. Now, we must do it in place. That means we have to modify the original matrix. We are not allowed to take any of the temporary matrix to solve this problem. Now, in the first example, we can see that it has 9 elements, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Now, this middle element 0 is equal to 0. So, we have to set the entire column and entire row to 0. So, here we have to set this column 0 and this row 0. So, this is the desired output. And here, the value of n and m can be in between 1 to 200, and each of the element can be in between minus 2 to the power 31 to positive 2 to the power 31 minus 1. I hope you understood the problem statement. Now let's move on to the algorithm. Now, to understand the algorithm, we have taken this example. Here, the array is 3 by 4. That means it has 3 rows and it has 4 columns. Now, we have to determine in which of the elements has 0. Now here, how can we determine which elements has 0? And this 0 belongs to which row and which column? Now we know that for the array, the indexing starts from 0. So it is the 0th array, it is 1 array, it is the number 2 array. Similarly, the column starts from 0. So it starts from 0 to 3. Now, basically, we have to store, or we have to check in which element we will find 0. Now, if we found any of the elements 0, we have to store its corresponding row and column to a set. Suppose this is a 0, so its corresponding row is 0 and its corresponding column is 0. Now, this is another 0, its corresponding row is 0, so row is already presented here, and its corresponding column is 3. Now, to store the row and column, we will use the set data structure. You can use the map or any other data structure as well. Anyways, at first, we have to store the corresponding row and column number of the zeros presented in the array. Now, we will run another 2 nested loops, and for each of the element, we will check whether their corresponding row or column number presented into the set or not. If they are presented, that means we have to set those elements to zeros. Now, suppose for this element 0, its row number is 0. So it is presented here. So we have to set it 0. Similarly, for this 0, its row number is 0, which is presented into the set. So for this 0 and for this 0 as well. Now, for this 0, its column number is 0. So its column number is presented into the set. Now, we have to set this 0 and this 0. Now, for this 4 element, 4, 5, 3, and 1, its row or column number is not presented here. So, we have to leave it as it is. Now, for this 0, its column number is 3, which is presented here in the column set. So, we have to set it 0. And for this as well, the column number is presented, so we have to set it 0. So now, our array or our 2-dimensional grid become 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 5, 0, 0, 3, 1, 0. And this is how we will solve this problem by using the set data structure. I hope you understood the algorithm. Now let's move on to the code. In this problem, the code is pretty simple. At first, we are given a function named set zeros. Now we are taking the dimension which is n by m. Now we are taking two sets, row and column. Now we are running a nested loop, and if the array element is 0, we are inserting the corresponding I to row and corresponding j to column. Now we are again running two loops, and if our current elements row or column is found in the row or column set, we are setting the current element to zeros. And this is how the algorithm works. I hope you understood the code. Thank you everyone for watching the video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.